Plenary session number 5. I was talking about an enormous reservoir of consumer revenue that's all around us right here in Ogun State. Lagos, West Africa, the entire African continent. But of course, you can only reap into that if you invest today in Ogun State. Our topic, agribusiness and the agro-allied industry, improving yields and creating the value chain for smallholder farmers. Dr. Kande Yumkela is the United Nations Secretary General Special Representative for Sustainable Energy for All, SE for All, a role which makes him responsible for planning and implementation of the initiatives and engaging with the relevant stakeholders in governments, business, academia, and civil society at the highest level, advocating for and promoting sustainable energy for all. He shall deliver our paper. But just before we allow him to deliver his presentation, let me quickly introduce our panel that will discuss the issues that will be raised. Dr. Kenton Dashel, Deputy Director General, Partnerships and Capacity Development at IITA. Please welcome, sir. Mr. Jite Okoloko, Olajite Paul Okoloko, actually, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Notori Chemical Industries Limited. Mr. Jiman Anurag, Managing Director, Allied Atlantic Distilleries Limited. Ms. Atsuko Toda, Country Director, International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD. Of course, Pastor Shegmadumi, Chairman, Nigerian Cassava Growers Association. And ladies and gentlemen, for this discussion, your moderator will be Mrs. Ndidi Wuneli, MD, ACE, or is that AACE Foods, also Director of Sahel Capital Partners, Young Global Leader by the World Economic Forum, and of course, member of the Federal Republic. You're welcome.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Governor and his distinguished First Lady, it's a pleasure to moderate this very distinguished panel. Dr. Yumkela doesn't need much of an introduction in Nigeria. I would say he's one of our brothers. He's from Sierra Leone, but he was a UNIDO Director General. In 2001, I met him and I saw his passion for Nigeria. He actually worked in Nigeria at that time, and we call him a Nigerian. So please welcome back Dr. Yumkela. He's extremely passionate about agriculture and has devoted his life to promoting SMEs. And I'm sure he has a lot of insights to share with us this afternoon.
Excellency, Governor, all protocols observed. Indeed, I am the Saro man that likes to talk about Nigeria too much. Coming back to Ogun State brings many memories for me. First of all, as a young trade minister, very naive and ignorant coming from academia, one of the first challenges I had, I was invited to an economic forum here back in 1995, again to Ogun State. So I kind of started touching policy here in Ogun State. Second, I see His Excellency Chief Shonakan. When I joined the UN, my first 6 months, Chief Shonakan was made chairman of Vision 2020. And suddenly I said, I have an opportunity here to change my favorite country. So I came here to invite Chief Shonakan to come to Vienna. And he was having this big consultation around the country. They were in Hilton Hotel, and they went to him, gave him my card. There's this young man from Europe who says he must see you. He has a letter. So the great man said, okay, allow him to come in. He said, so what do you need from me? I said, I need to take you to Vienna, sir. Because Nigeria's 2020 vision must be anchored on industrialization, but particularly agro-led industrialization. And I got his attention. And so for sure he came to Vienna. And so it's been a 20-year journey, me coming back and forth to Nigeria. I save you the slides, no slides from me, but they will put up the website where we've done a book with some Nigerian authors, international authors, almost 20 of us, on agribusiness for Africa's prosperity. We talk about 7 pillars, and all of that has been covered over the last 2 days, but I'll just list them quickly, and I'll focus on only 2. For agribusiness to take off in Africa, you need 7 pillars plus 1, and I deliberately say plus 1. Number 1, we must enhance agricultural productivity. Number 2, upgrade value chains. Number 3, exploit local, regional, and international demand. Number 4, strengthening technological effort and innovation. Number 5, innovative financing. Number 6, stimulating private participation. Number 7, improving infrastructure and energy. And number 8, institutional support, meaning capacity building, skills formation, and so on. Change my mind, I pick 3. First one, agricultural productivity enhancement. The only way we can enhance agribusiness here, one of the key ways, is to enhance productivity, and you need 4 elements. That's what they did in Asia with Green Revolution. India does not have famine anymore because they did some things right 40 years ago. 4 technologies combined as a bundle. High-yield varieties, chemical fertilizer, irrigation, mechanization. Of course, all of those combined with services, extension, institutional support, and the other pillars I mentioned. You have a good panel here. I was a student at IITA. They've done well on cassava. They can do a whole lot on maize. Let me give you some numbers for Africa. If you take maize, cereal yield, over the last 40 years, we've had only 29% increase in yields. In Asia, 177% increase in yields. In Latin America, 144%. So yes, you need IITA to work with you on yield improvements. But yesterday, Chief Ogbe gave some good numbers about maize, in fact, here. You're talking 2 to 5 tons here per hectare, and he said in Zimbabwe, maybe it's 10, 20. So he gave you numbers. But he also talked about milk production, 10 bottles in East Africa, 1 bottle here, and of course 40 liters in Europe. So enhancing productivity is crucial. But you have a panel of experts that will go into that. Fertilizer use, Africa, 12.5 kilograms per hectare. The global average, 102 kilograms per hectare. Latin America, 89.6. South Asia, 106.